Hello my lovelies, Susie here from Susie Mac Creations. Welcome to my channel. If you're an existing follower, a warm welcome back. And if you're a new follower, or this is your first time over on my channel, you're very welcome to come and sit with me while I go through a couple of projects that I've completed. These projects are part of my design team projects for the lovely Amanda over at Create with Scrimping Mummy. Both her coffee shop, her YouTube channel and her Facebook group I will link in the description box when I finish the video. The first little journal that I'm sharing with you is a little pocket-sized journal using only the digitals from Amanda's shop, which are stunning. And this one I've titled it Shades of Blue. And I fell in love with it so much that I decided I wanted to do another one using again the kits from Amanda's coffee shop. And this one here is just slightly bigger and slightly chunkier than this one. And this one is in shades of pink. So I will list Amanda's details, as I said, after I finished going through my two little journals. And if you wish to pop over and have a wee peek, I'm sure she would very much appreciate it. Some of the digitals were freebies from her Facebook group. And if you pop over to Facebook and look up, and again, I'll put the link down, but all you need to do is put in Create with Scrimping Mummy and her channel will come up and you can join, or you can request to join and get lots of inspiration and see some lovely creations using Amanda's beautiful kits. But without further ado, we'll start off with the little blue one. Now the measurements of this sweet journal is 5.5 tall by just shy of 3.5. It's a smidgen under 3.5 inches wide. The front cover is a photograph of this beautiful young lady in the forest, which is from one of Amanda's kits. Now I've used various kits, which I love to do, as Amanda will tell you. Susie likes to mix and match from all the different aspects of her kits. This particular one I've used, believe it or not, Victorian Gent kit, French Ephemera, the Butterfly Vintage Card Kit, the Label Essentials Kit, Shabby Winter Blues, Pretty Pockets 2, French Vintage Photos, which you will see as I go through the journal, Blue Floral Grunge, and French Vintage Postcards. I've used that as well, and watercolour butterfly embellishments. Sounds an awful lot, but I've only used smidgens from her kits. As I said, the front cover is kept together. The journal's kept together with some sari silk, which I will open up, and I've actually secured it on the back using one of these beautiful labels from her Labels Essential Kit. And the papers, again, this is the copy dyed pretty papers. So if we go to the front, we have this lovely picture with this girl sitting contemplating in the woods. I've added a little bit of lace, and I bought this lace many moons ago, and if I show you, I have it here, and it comes in a roll, as you can see here, and I just cut off snippets when I need it, but it's great for also covering full journals and pockets as well. So we'll pop that back there. I added a little fabric flower and a lovely little dragonfly brad the word memories, and again that comes from one of Amanda's kits. So if we open up the inside pocket, inside page, sorry, is just a pocket, and I've used some of my washi tape here. This is one of the beautiful photographs from the French vintage postcards, I believe. Yes. I added some book page behind it, and then on a piece of cream colour card, which has been distressed at the back, and just added some burlap to the top. That goes there. A small invoice from the kit, a doily, some vintage music paper. I've just added some of the paper up here as a faux washi tape. If we turn this over, we have a pocket with, again, a beautiful picture of this lovely lady. And it is from the French vintage postcards. Pop that there. A little crocheted flower, a strip of the paper, and collect memories. And we have a little flip out, and this is just normal writing paper that I've distressed the edges to. Here we have a pocket on some of Amanda's papers, and I have a little tag, and again using Amanda's collection, and I made a little dangle from a paper clip, and it says dream, with some little fabric pieces at the bottom. I can't remember what you call this, can't remember. And one of her cards, and another little card that just slips inside the pocket like so. We turn it over, and again, this is one of Amanda's coffee dyed pretty papers. I made a little booklet, a little pocket to hold one of the tags, and this came from, this was a freebie over on Amanda's Facebook page. You get 6 tags in this particular freebie, and here we have another one of Amanda's cards. We turn this over, and this is a book page here behind. We turn this over, and you'll see the book page. All I've done is fold it up to create a pocket at the bottom, and I've used one of the labels from her French Ephemera kit. Another little invoice, and again a very pretty picture. She is Anna Held, I take it that's her name, but this is from the French vintage postcards. Just a plain coffee dyed paper with some washi tape at the bottom. And here we have a ripped pocket with a little bit of washi tape here, and again holding a tag and a little banker's check. And again, these are all from Amanda's collections. A little tab and a ticket. Here's some of that lace used as a pocket, which you can see. Another very pretty French Ephemera postcard, and I've backed all these on coffee dyed paper. That goes in there. And this is a lovely butterfly tag, and again this was a freebie over on our Facebook group. We turn this over, and this is just a flip out, and that's the back of that very pretty lace pretty paper kit. We have an invoice, and I've stenciled some roses using some distress ink. Here is a invoice, as you can see, and again I have stenciled the inside using a Tim Holtz swirl, and added a couple of little add-on punched out circles to the page that's sewn in. Okay, we do that. We turn it over, and again some stenciling of these pretty roses. That's the back of the invoice letter. Here we have a very pretty little girl here with some frayed ribbon, a little blue fabric flower, some lace, reflect, and some papers from the collection. And again, that's just tea-dyed on the back. This is a little, hidden paper clip. Now, Amanda has a tutorial on how to do these over on her YouTube channel, which I will link. A little bit of lace, a little fabric flower, and the word treasure. And that just slips back on there, and it holds that little tag in there. This is the blue grunge paper that I was telling you about, and here's another pretty picture from Amanda's collection with some lace, just a strip of ripped paper that was left over, some book page behind her, and the word memories, and that just tucks in there nicely. We have another page at the bottom here with wording from her French collection, and we have another banker's check, Alex Brain from Paris, very nice, and that just folds up. You can always journal on the back of it because I've kept it plain. Pops back in there. We have just a piece of ephemera and another one of these pretty butterfly tags, which slips in there. Turn it over. We have a book page, which I have just folded over here so it gives me a pocket within, and folded up so it gives me a pocket at the bottom too. The butterfly ephemera card came from the, now where did that come from? The butterfly vintage card kit, and this came from the Pretty Pockets. You get it in blue, you get it in pink, and I think another colour. So that goes there. Some washi tape at the bottom. Turn over, and just a ripped pocket with holding a small invoice and a tag or a tab. Here we have another very pretty lady from that French vintage postcard collection, and I have printed out 2 to a sheet so that I get them these size because they're quite large, with some book pages behind and just tea-dyed on the back. I folded this over, added a strip of paper. Here I've made another pocket with a piece of lace at the bottom, just to hold another one of those freebie tags. And here we have the flip out, lots of journaling space here and here. And last but not least, no, this isn't the last one. We have a very pretty lady again, which just slips in the vintage music paper. We turn it over, just the paper. I put some washi tape down here, and this is the back end of that invoice. And the back page I've kept blank so you could journal in it. So that's my one of my design team projects using some of Amanda's beautiful digital papers. So we'll put that to the side. Where are we? We're at 15 minutes, so we shall do the next one. And this is shades of pink, and I've used again all of Amanda's kits in this one. The front cover is the very pretty postcard from the French vintage postcards, and I put some book pages behind her and mounted her onto some cream card. I used a little bit of trying to remember the names of everything. It's unbelievable. I can't remember the name of it, but I put a little metal corner around her there. Again, some very pretty fabric flowers, a little bit of lace. And this is a vintage brad that I had in my collection for a long time. It's kept closed using some frayed ribbon, and a nice, very, very pastel-y. It's between a cream and a, oh, I don't know, dark cream and a pinkish. It's very nice. So we open this up and we have the inside page. It has a pocket, and I made the pocket out of one of the invoices, and again I've stenciled some rose decoration there, and it holds a little cluster. It holds a pink butterfly tag and a little cluster of some lace, some I don't know what you would call this, it's like a snow effect mesh, a little snippet of card, another one, and a lovely fabric butterfly that just pops in there. Here we have a pocket made of lace, and I've just put a strip of petals, glued a strip of petals across. We have a vintage, this is the vintage Polaroids that were free to Amanda's Facebook group members. I've added one of the little butterflies from, where did this come from? I think it was one of her Joy collections. I can't remember. Shabby Rose, that was it, Shabby Rose. And just a little circle half punched. I punched out and cut in half to use as a tab. And that just pops in there. Oops. It will pop in there. Oops. There we go. And we turn this over. Oh, the papers I used here are the Labels Essential Kit, Vintage Florals, which is these ones at the back here. The French vintage postcards again, and again I've printed 2 to a sheet. Lily Elise coloured photos, and Shabby Rose, it was the June Joy collection, and the vintage postcards. And again, this is the back of the music paper, and I have stenciled onto it in pink. Added a little cut-out piece that was left over, one of the vintage postcards, Polaroids, sorry, and I think this is an invoice with lots of space on the back to write. We put that there. This is the paper from the Joy Rose collection, the vintage rose, and I've stenciled here using pink. Victorian velvet was the colour I chose to use there. This is from one of Amanda's collections, and I think it was the French. This is a cut apart from the Joy collection, and I've added a little tag, and again made a little paper clip dangle. I think this is called Angel's Breath. I'm not sure. A little bow with some vintage seam binding, and a bulb pin to hold it all together. Some journaling paper here, and this is the vintage florals. We turn it over, whoops, and I've stenciled some roses, and again used another one of the very pretty invoices in pink. Here we have a mini. I cut it down. This is one of the bankers things. I cut it down and mounted it. I did some stenciling here. Popped some lace on, and this rose paper, which is stunning, came from the Shabby Rose Joy collection. And here we have the lovely Lily, and I've added some book pages behind her, some lace at the bottom and some bling. She slips in there. Here we have a pocket that I made, and I just stenciled, added some of the lace across here and cut out a 1-inch circle and stenciled a tag to match it, and that pops in there. We turn over and we just flip out with the beautiful roses, and another of those pretty pockets that holds a tag that's been double stenciled with roses, and again some lace. And I punched out, this is a 2-inch circle punch, and I punched out one of the faces of the photographs, the French vintage photographs. Turn this over and we have another Lily Elsie with just some vintage ribbon and some lace. And again, I've stenciled on the pocket and added some border lace, which again is vintage. Some writing space. This is a glassine bag that I've decorated. I put some book paper on it and just leftover papers that I had from printing out, obviously, and I've just ripped them and distressed them. Added the wording on, a little bit of lace, and this holds this little flashcard from a florist for cut flowers, so that pops in there. Turn it over, and I made a pocket using one of the cut aparts from the Shabby Rose collection. Just glued it on 3 sides. Little strip of paper that was left over, and a tag with that Hessian type tab at the top. Here is a belly band with a label from one of the kits, and I just put create memories, and it holds in again the cut flower card, another little flash card, and a little postcard that I found in my stash. So they all sit in there nice and snugly. Turn this over, and this is the centre. I've kept it very plain. I added some 1/2-inch circle punch papers, stenciled them and added them into the centre. It's a pamphlet, it's 3 pamphlet stitch that holds it together. Some washi tape on either side. Turn it over and you have this stunning rose paper. And this is the second part of the glassine bag. And here we have the lovely Lily Elsie. This is one of the colour photographs that was from Amanda. A little tag. And up here we have a pocket that holds, take the paper clip off, and it holds just a stenciled flashcard, a little envelope. There's nothing in it, and I added a little sticky, one of those sticky flower things onto it, and another card from Amanda's collection. This goes back on there. to hold it together, and it pops back in the top like so. Turn it over and we have just a side tuck this time with one of the Polaroid, vintage Polaroid, and photographs and a little flashcard. Some more journaling spaces, and again another hidden paper clip, and this one has a little paper flower, some lace and the word vintage, and some lace and the word serenity on that side, and again one of the vintage Polaroids with a bit of lace and the word flourish, and more stenciling. I'm enjoying stenciling at the moment. I'll pop that there. I do think stenciling makes a big difference to some pages. Here's a beautiful little girl, and again this is from the French postcard collection. Some lace at the bottom with a little paper flower and a pearl, and again some of that kind of bubble up tab at the top, and that pops in there. This is the back end of the invoice, as you can see. Oops. And again it was stenciled, so lots of writing space here. And here some of the vintage florals. Here we have just plain paper from one of my notebooks, and lovely rose stenciling for journaling. The flip out some of the swirls this time. Here we have an upper tuck. I don't know what that's doing there. It shouldn't be there. Must have got caught up. And we have a flashcard there, the little butterfly, some book pages, some embossed paper and paper from the collection, and another beautiful Lily Elsie, and just a piece of fabric at the bottom, word peaceful, and a little pearl button, and that tucks up there. This page we have one of the vintage Polaroids. I haven't done anything to that one apart from mount it onto some tea dyed, and another little envelope with nothing in it, but you could certainly add things in if you want to keep your secrets. The last page on the inside is the lace page, and again one of the Polaroids with the lace, memories and a butterfly, and the little tab at the top. That just slips back in there. The inside back cover is some washi tape across this paper, and something that I found in my stash, Scotch roses. I'm not even sure that it actually belongs in this little journal, but it's pretty, and it's roses and it's pink, and I've stenciled on the back as well. But that's annoying me, so I'm going to burnish it down even more because it shouldn't be lifting. And this is the back cover, and again it's such a pretty little not so much a pocket, maybe a handbag journal, something you keep in your handbag. That one you could keep in your pocket, certainly, if you had big pockets. But this one is a handbag. Maybe they're both handbag ones, I'm not sure. You tell me, handbag or pocket. But they're just adorable, and I'm loving making these little journals, and I'm going to be making more because it's using up lots of leftover pieces of paper. I mean, I don't keep tiny scraps, but I do keep full sheets. If I'm not using them, they go into a folder and they come out at a later date, and these have been made using half sheets, quarter sheets and full sheets that have already been printed off. So I hope you like my project for this month for Amanda. If you do, maybe you would like to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell. You'll get notification on my next upcoming video, which will be soon, because I'm halfway through another interesting project. And thank you very much for staying with me, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye for now.